So you're on the verge of quitting. You're frustrated. The pressure's getting to you. Your lack of belief. You don't think this is going to happen for you when it comes to trading. So you want to quit. I'm here to tell you not to quit. But I'm also here to tell you that there is a time when you should quit. Now, the reason that I'm doing this video this week is because January has been a tough month for many traders. It's a month where everybody wanted serious goals. It's a month where everybody had this vision of where they would be just by the end of January or the end of February. And what I've seen amongst the community and with myself and with other traders who are transparent is that it started off well, but then it became a little bit tricky in the last couple of weeks of January. That could be due to the market. It could be due to January, the first month of the year. It can be a little bit tricky. It's either hit or miss for many traders. And the last 10 days, 14 days, many people, not many, about 3 or 4 in my community that I've spoken to, have just felt a little bit down. They've started to question themselves, and they've been trading for a long time. They're starting to go against their rules. They're starting to even some thinking about maybe I should get, a job on the side, etc. and things like that. And that's normal to have these thinking patterns. At the beginning of my journey and midway through my journey, I thought the same thing. Do I try and get a side hustle while I'm learning my trade? I just can't seem to be profitable. Or I'm profitable 1 month and then I can't do anything for 4 or 5 months. Now, I'm here to tell you today that this is normal. And if you're thinking of quitting, I want you to get in a cold shower. I want to throw some water on your face, maybe give yourself a slap and say, it is time to put your big boy or woman pants on and get to work. Now, why is this happening at this moment in time? And why do I think a lot of people are considering lack of belief? I think it's the time of the year. Now, that might say, oh, whatever, Fran, but definitely where I am at the moment in the UK, it's very grey. There's been no sun for nearly a month. It's raining. Other parts of the world might be very, very different, but people have tended to start to question themselves because they thought that by the end of the January, it would be starting off really well. Now, there's nothing wrong with thinking that way, but it will attack your nervous system and you will start to feel a certain way of maybe quitting this game. Now, when it comes to this, I've got a few notes, right? What I've noticed is we've been trading futures now for about 3.5 years. And what I've noticed is since the regulations of the Forex scene and things like that, a lot of people have been trying to come over to Forex and they've come over to Forex, but they brought this gambling mentality over. So what you see all over social media is people full tilting with the metals. We now know what's happened with the metals. The prop firms have had to obviously bring their rules in relation to that because people were what we call eval cycling, which means that they were going crazy. And you'll get my point in a minute of eval after eval after eval after eval, trying to make a home run. And then when they caught the home run, that's when they were posting it all over social media. Now, that's called eval cycling. And eventually you will get banned. So when you see a trader who says about, I am banned, and he speaks about it like he's proud, he's banned because he's been going against what actually prop firms are trying to do in this space. Yes, he's made a bit of money and now he's out of the scene. And eventually that gravy train will end for that trader. That is nothing that you should be proud of, being banned from a prop firm. Now, the reason that a lot of people are thinking maybe this is not for me, lack of belief, is because they may be seeing all these crazy things online in relation to go on full port and full tilt and then not showing that they spent $20,000 on evals and only got a $40,000 payout in the last 3 or 4 months, and they start to compare themselves. Why is it happening for them and it's not happening for me? I'm here to tell you, my friends, this is all about sustainability. This is the long game when it comes to trading. Now, if you are swayed in by lifestyle videos and lifestyle content and fake screenshots, and even now one guy who's got 400,000 subscribers putting fake broker statements on, which is insane, and people still ignore that fact, then go ahead, continue to go down that route. Now, our community is very, very different. We tend to want to be traders for the long term. We want traders for freedom, not realistically mattered about the materialistic things. We all like nice things, but the cause for the way that we're doing is for a different path. And that's why I want people to watch this content who are considering that lack of belief, that lack of execution, that lack of desire maybe that has dropped off a little bit, that it will come back, because this is for you, especially a lot of people that watch our content and all the people in our community. Now, before I move on, in the link below, there is something, a tool that's really, really going to help you. It's a 30-day journal and review. It is free. And what that will do is, if you are struggling and you are having doubts at the moment and you're not journaling or you're thinking about quitting, go and download that. It's free. It's in the description. It's a PDF. Just download it and go through that. Use that 30-day journal and review PDF file for you to go and get straight back on track. Now, I'll tell you a story. I was copy trading in January, as you know, and I was doing really well. And I blew these accounts, and there was like 15, 20 accounts. And it took me a little bit of a while to, well, I say while, for me, a week, maybe a few days, to then slow the ship down and get back to basics. So what I did was I created that 30-day journal and review for the community, for everybody else who watches these videos, and for me to get back to where I need to get to my consistent trading, straight back to Top Step, straight back to get the XFAs passed, and that's where we are right now, just 2 to 3 weeks later. You may need that if you're thinking of quitting. So here's another reason, and the main reason that I don't want you to quit. It will change your life if you want it to change your life. So what do I mean by that when I say if you want it? Now, everybody says that they want things, but their behavior and their actions, sorry, I thought it dust on me, they don't align with actually what they want to do. They do different things. And we all have that side of us. I mentioned that numerous times. There's nothing wrong with having that side of us. But we must always try and get back on path and back on track to the behaviors that align with what we're trying to do. So when it comes to trading, what are you actually doing on a day-to-day basis for you to get where you need to get to? Are you doing the journaling? Are you doing the work? Are you doing the mental work? Are you in a community that is not talking about green Lamborghinis and this flash and make money on this and all these things that the younger generation are swayed towards? I was once young, believe me, and an ex-professional footballer. So in my lifetime and my younger 20s, it was carnage chasing the shiny object in all areas of life. I can tell you that, very experienced in that. And it never really ends well. So if you go down this route of self-mastery and discipline and execution mastery, you're going to be able to be really, really good at trading. But if you're not willing to do that and you're just doing this because you're just chasing the money, well, my friend, it's not going to end well. You may take the odd payout here, there, and everywhere, but your sustainability in creating a craft and a skill where you can trade from anywhere around the world for the rest of your life may not be for you. And that's why you need to take process over profits. Now, how are you going to get back to the basics so you don't quit? Well, first of all, you're going to have a simple strategy. The way that I trade, you know the way that I trade. Precision stack system, simple way of trading. If you need any help with that, again, jump on the call. There is a link in the description. Low risk. When you come across social media, and I've been a victim of this, still now I can be a victim of this. Some traders that are 10 times worse than me. Full port, gamble, and then they go and get a 30, 40 grand, thousand payout. And you might fall for that and think you can go and do that. But that's not how you become a successful trader. That's how you become a part successful gambler for a short period of time, because the house will always win. So low risk, scale back. One of our traders, I won't name him, over in Oz, really likes heavy size, really likes high contracts. I've got another trader in Scotland. She really likes heavy contracts, but it's either blown, it's either bust or boom. You know, I'm going to win or I'm just going to lose everything. That's not the way, because on a mental side, that's not going to help you. That is not going to help you. So let's lower the risk and then let's concentrate on the process, the craft over the profits. So again, go and utilize that 30-day trade review in the journal, okay, in the description. It is free, so you'd be crazy to not use that. Now, this then moves me on to why you should or contemplate quitting. And you might say, why on earth would anybody tell me to quit? Well, there is a certain thing in life of insanity, delusional, and I think you have to be partly delusional to be a trader. There's no doubt, because who wants to go to work and lose money? Who wants to have to put themselves through an emotional mastery, uncomfortable phase in their life? There aren't many. There are not many at all. And that's why many people fail. because they don't approach it in the right way and they don't understand what it is, what they need to do to be a profitable trader. I have worked with one-on-one traders now for the last 2.5 to 3 years. And there's a handful of traders that have started and then it's just not for them. It's not for everyone. So let me tell you why it's important to understand why you should be quitting. Trading can send you to a very, very dark place. I personally give everybody that I work with my actual personal WhatsApp, because I don't want them to feel alone and I don't want them to go in a dark, dark place. But the reality is when traders start trading, there aren't many people that they can speak with unless they get the right community. Family members, friends, they're not going to understand what you're actually doing. Why would you do this if you keep losing money and losing money and losing money? Because they think that it's some kind of scam or they think it's some kind of pipe dream because they're not understanding what it is. No fault of their own. They're seeing all TikTok and Instagram short reels of these 18-year-olds flying around talking about they've made $1 million in a week, right? Of course they're going to think it's a scam. But if you are struggling financially, if you are prone to have a lack of emotional control, if you are prone to be very, very impulsive, erratic, have anger problems, chasing, debt, any addictions, and you are trading at the moment and you keep blowing combines and you don't have that side of things, and some people are getting themselves in credit card debt, hoping that a credit card debt will get them out of combines, you need to quit and you need to stop right now. And the reason you need to do that is because that's not how you're going to become a profitable trader. You need to go away and work on who you want to be, because you need to become a certain individual to be a profitable trader. And that's why it is not built for everyone. You need to be a certain individual. You must have heard 1,000,000 times that you need discipline. Discipline is an area, it's a broad area. Discipline is not one thing. Discipline is an accumulation of small areas in your life that then create consistency. Because you can't be consistent, you can't have discipline in one area and not discipline in another and then ask for consistency. It's not going to work like that. So I'm not going to blabble on about what you need to do in relation to you should be reading, it should be podcast, content should be consumed with trading, get rid of all lifestyle stuff, get rid of all this marketing stuff and concentrate on those types of things. Most of the audience already know that that's where we go down because they are of a mature age. But if you are a youngster, get rid of your social media unless you use it for business. Get rid of all the trading content if it's not educational and it's lifestyle. Don't go down that road. Because if you are at a stage where you are struggling, and again, if you are in a dark place and you have tried combine after combine after combine, and you're trying to prove to your family or your friends or your world or your ex-girlfriend or your ex-boyfriend that you can do this, that is going to reflect in the charts. And your day-to-day, your belief systems from childhood will come into the charts. That is an actual scientific fact. Don't ask me, ask Denise Schull, one of the world's best psychologists when it comes to trading on Wall Street. Ask many other people who are on that. It comes from them, whether it's trading in the zone, whether it's the mental game of trading, whether it's Denise Schull's the market mindset. All right? These are the things that need to happen. And the wise people who have been there, they've been there for a reason. They have experience for a reason. They've achieved the things that traders want to achieve for a reason. So maybe it's time to start listening to the right people rather than the wrong people when it comes to actual trading. So again, if you need any help with that, there's a link below. You can jump on a call with me, nothing else. You will have my direct WhatsApp as well. If you just want the free 30-day trading journal, that is in the description as well. It's a game changer. It will really, really help you moving forward. And if you are thinking of quitting and it's just a spell, again, put the big boy and the big girl pants on and let's get to work emotionally, physically, spiritually, and on the charts. And if you are struggling in relation to trading because you're in a dark place, take time away, reassess, self-reflect, and I'm sure the journey will continue.